Hey everybody, this is Mark, Mark's Home Hobbies. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I started doing a little restoration work on this Stanley mobile toolbox here. Yeah, let's zoom you out a little bit. Yeah, so you can see I just started doing the top right here. Let me get you back in the light. I started doing the top here, but first I did the hinges with this stuff right here, navel jelly. And this stuff right here, I would say probably on the order of about 25 years old. Been sitting out in the garage in the cabinet there. Still is, stuff in there. Anyways, whatever it is. Yeah, you can see what it did to that hinge. It took all the rust off of it. And this one too. So if there's any doubts whether this stuff takes off rust right here, even after 25 years worth of sitting on the shelf, just took a little paintbrush there and painted it on there, several coats really thick. Then I took a wet cloth right here and I wiped it off after it was done removing the rust. I'd say that's it looks almost as good as these. Not quite as shiny, but I think if I maybe put a buffing wheel on there and a little bit of polishing compound, I could bring it back. But it took off the heaviest rust. This I'll show you in the pictures there. You can look back in the other videos. That rust was heavy. I didn't have much hope for it taking that off, but man, it did. It's amazing. Of course, some of the metal, it left a little pitting on there because the rust was so bad, but ultra good product. Let me tell you, Permatex, they know what they're doing. While we're on the subject of restoration, I also had a bottle of this stuff up there in the garage. Probably about the same vintage, maybe 20, 25 years old. New vinyl. It's some kind of polymer. And I took the same cloth that I used to wipe this stuff off, and I gave it a little rinse, and I used it, and I applied some of this on the top of this thing. And man, it sure did make it look a lot better. I don't know how much better it made it look than the bottom, but I think you can see a little bit of a difference there. That's kind of faded, and that's a little bit more glossy. Yeah, but still, first steps here, restoring my toolbox. I also used some on those black handle parts right there, which, yeah, it really makes a difference. So I'm going to wipe the whole thing down with that. Then after I do that, I'll attack the metal on there, and I'll clean it off. First I'll sand it down a little bit, the real fine grit sandpaper, like maybe 400 or something like that, and I'll just give it a hit with that on a DA sander. And yeah, and then I'll tape it off with newspaper and do each section at a time. And I'll use one of my fantastic new airbrushes that I've got that I'll show you guys how it is that they work, and how you can use some cheap paint. You go to the dollar store and buy paints, use those. So that's how we're going to do it, since we're really cheap around here and we don't got a lot of money to work with. So we're going to use that. We're going to paint it yellow. We're going to go and try to match the yellow color down there. I think that would be best. We already have all the rest of the colors. We have green, red, orange, blue. There's even another red one underneath. So I think, yeah, it's about time we get a yellow one in here. So we're going to do that next. So stay tuned. Click the subscribe button. Hit the bell if you want to get notified when I put up a video. And above all else, like and comment. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment too. Think it should be a different color than yellow? Is there a way that you would go about doing this restoration other than using these 20, 30-year-old products here? I'd like to know. I really don't know anything about it, but it's just become a new hobby of mine. So, anyways, that's about all I got for this one. So this is Mark with Mark's Home Hobby saying thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you in the next one.